What is going on, guys? It's your boy Dreamer from GotBetterBeats.com, and I'm here with a subscriber request. Okay, so I put up a video the other day just kind of giving you guys a quick tip on why I thought that top-down mixing was very helpful. So from a producer standpoint, I think top-down mixing is very necessary, and the reason why is because honestly, usually if for producers, I'm not sure if you're working with artists directly or you have a beat store or whatever it is, but from my point of view, I'm putting things on my beat store. So if I'm making beats, I don't want to spend 2 or 3 days working on the mix if I know that there's a possibility that when somebody buys the track out, their engineer is gonna mix it differently, or whoever they send it to is gonna mix it differently. So really, you just want to make sure that your beats translate. So for me, I think that adding on some of the elements that you would add on your master chain in the beginning can be very helpful. So what I have here is I have my track. Let me make sure I zero everything out, because actually this is like my 4th time doing this video. I have a gain stage, but without a gain stage, it kind of sounds like this. So pretty solid sounding beat, right? Yeah. But as you know, we need things kind of beefed up, especially when you're playing it online, when you're playing it on your phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gain stage it. And gain staging is really bringing down the input of the channels, not just turning it down here, but actually turning down the input of what's sent to these channels. That way I can actually have some headroom to deal with. So when I start adding on compression and limiters and stuff like that, I'm not killing the dynamics of my track, because anytime we push another zero, we're clipping. And unless you really, and you want to just, you want to make sure that you understand what clipping is. That way you'll know how to use it in your advantage, because there's a couple ways that you can use clipping to make things sound louder, to bring life to kick drums and a lot of different things. So, but that would be a totally different video. So I have a gain stage, so it's a lot lower now. It sounds like this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna actually start adding in. So the tutorial portion of this, really just know that you do not have to use my plugins. I want you to think of whatever plugins you see, whatever is your go-to, use for yourself. But if this helps, good. Okay, so I normally like to add in a little saturation. You probably won't be able to hear the difference that this tape saturation is going to make, because the volume is still really low. Okay, so most of my volume changes are actually going to be coming from the modules that I have in my Slate Digital virtual mix rack. So virtual mix rack is super dope. I love ranting about virtual mix rack, but I don't know what Steven Slate is doing over there, man. But when I tell you these plugins right here, they sound really good. And that's no diss to any other plugins, because I know there's a lot of different ones. But being that these are ones that I use, I have experience with them, I can actually truly say that these are dope. So let me get that free plug out the way. It's not a sponsored video. Okay, so as you see here, I have a little more saturation, and I have compression, LA2A style compression, and I also it has a mix knob on this compression, which is really dope. So that really saves a lot of time. So I really don't have to create like a whole nother channel on my send effects and stuff like that. I have a FGN, which is a vintage compressor. I believe it's a Neve. So I just have just a little bit of top end going in, a little bit on the low mids kind of shaved out, and a little bump at around 60. So, and I'm shaving off the low end, and I just added like maybe 2 dB of drive. I also have a distressor plug-in, because this really is kind of just killing the transients, because the mix is way down, the peak reduction is way down, but I do have the gain pushed up. So it's bringing the level up, but it's not really reducing the gain that much. And the FG stress is really just to give it some aggression on top of, where it's pushing into the volume. And I just have a trimmer kind of, you know, bringing my levels down so I'm not clipping before I hit my limiter. So let's hear what this sounds like. So it's kind of getting there. And the reason why I say it's kind of getting there because it's not really perfect. The volume is up a little bit, you know. I can hear a nice presence in my lows. I hear my hi-hats popping out just a little bit, but I know I would like to add on a few different elements from Ozone. And I just kind of picked this because I was actually just going to throw a regular limiter on there. But honestly, Ozone is pretty dope. So I shaved off the lows here too. Gave myself a little bump at like 2.5K. I added on a little bit of stereo width and I turned that maximizer on. And the maximizer is really where I'm getting a lot of that finishing volume from. So I'm going to play it now. And see, you can really tell the difference now. And honestly, I know there's probably, there'll probably be guys that say, hey, well, that sounds mixed to me. Yeah, but honestly, I do now I'm able to actually really hear it at more of a finishing pace. So now I know, like, okay, I know that the 90s poly keys are a bit loud. I would like to turn down my hi-hats a little bit, and the 808, I feel like I need to carve some low. It's a little muddy. I would like to tighten that up. But without top down mixing, I would have probably just been kind of going through. I would have probably started at, this sound and went to the next sound and the next sound. And I would have just really wasted a lot of time. So honestly, I hope that you guys actually enjoy these type of tutorials. I wanted to keep it quick. And if you guys actually want to see what my mixing process is, just leave the comments down below. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing because it does help the channel. We're getting very close to 1,000 subscribers. I know you guys probably thought I was already there, but we're getting there. And I appreciate you guys' views. I appreciate your time. And whenever you get the chance, man, check out GotBetterBeats.com. I have 3 for 1 going on right now. And I'm working on kind of creating a Patreon. That way you guys can actually do some live streams with me and we can really get some stuff done. We can really do some one-on-one type stuff. One-on-one. I think I said one-on-one. I don't know. But y'all already know. I'm going to quit ranting, man. This coffee got me. So I will holler at y'all in the next video.